All right, Panther fans. I don't know where I found these people, but
At the
so
bottom of the barrel.
let's just introduce them from my left to right, and I don't know how it's showing up on your screen, but we'll start with the ladies first. We've got Karen with an eyelash. Oh, I never thought about that. Karen with an eyelash. That just happened.
Ah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry because that's never going to go away now. Damn it. I'm really sorry. We've got Thordy Shorty Elena.
What's up, guys?
Hi, Elena. We've got Jack. Don't feel bad for Jack. Jack is in front of the arena. He's also a lawyer and a doctor. Just don't ever feel bad. Jack is just smiling. Look at him. He can't even pretend. He's just smiling.
I'm a happy camper.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And we got the Timmy, the one and only Timmy. And then the guy with the guitars. Now, this is you have to be. This is not the Jeff Carter, but it is
Yes,
that
I
Jeff
am.
Carter.
no, I am the Jeff Carter.
You
The
are
other
the-
guy is like he's
other guy
3
is
months
that-
younger than me. I was here first.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's
well,
my name on the. I let him use my name on the Stanley Cup twice.
Gotcha. All right.
I'm
Well,
a-
then it
I'm
is.
a nice guy.
It is the Jeff Carter, not that Jeff Carter. How about that? I had it backwards. I'm old. It's Sunday. Will cut me some slack. So what we're doing here is I just had the idea. I've been meaning to get this together for a while, and I figured right before the first round of the playoffs would be the best time to do it. Now, Jeff, has it been a decade on Twitter that we've known each other, or I mean,
At least.
yeah, I mean, it seems like 2012. It's been at least a decade, and Timmy and Elena probably around the same time.
Yeah. Long-suffering Panthers fans here.
Yeah, exactly.
2015, I think, when I joined Panthers Twitter.
Yeah. Well, my first couple years of Twitter, I didn't know how it worked, and all I did was follow Omar Kelly for Dolphins news. And then one day I figured out, oh, there's more on here. It was stupid.
Definitely morons.
So basically, what we're going to do here is we're just going to talk about exactly what Elena said. Long-suffering Panther fans, we need to get this out of our system now, because this is the year. This is the year it's going to happen, and every one of us has probably been through some different version of being on the couch, being in the chair, being at the game, being somewhere with some dumb ass double overtime, triple overtime, end of the season, just heart gut wrenching episode. No more.
Yep.
No
Lots
more.
of holes in the drywall.
Like, yeah.
Couple broken TVs.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
What? 25. This is my 26th season as a season ticket holder of misery.
Wow.
I'm original.
You have
Yeah.
a little time on me. I just about to turn 27.
Wow. Yeah. So we are here. This is the elite of the elite, people. Okay. When you're talking about, when somebody says on Twitter, the Panthers have no fans, you can guarantee that the 5 of my guests are first in line to respond, especially Jeff. I love waking up on Twitter in the morning, because every morning it's a guarantee. You wake up, you check Twitter, and Jeff has started some shit with some fan of another team.
And Jeff has dropped his gloves, and I'm like leaning behind him going, hold me back.
Right.
Yep. And then you have Timmy jumping in, and then when someone comes for Timmy, Elena has to come for them.
Yep.
I love it.
Right. So I want to go from, we'll start with Karen. Just give me a quick 2-minute introduction, and combine it with your prediction for the Panthers this season. I think we're all going to have the same prediction, but Karen, go ahead.
Okay. Technically an original season ticket owner. Lots of games down at the Miami Arena. Was really happy when they moved to Fort Lauderdale. Grew up being a hockey fan. I saw my first game when I was 5 years old and got hooked. So I adapted. I gave up the Red Wings when I lived here, and I adapted the Panthers. And I've been a diehard ever since, and cried and wept and was disappointed many, many seasons. Jack said a walk of shame after the game.
Oh.
Every season I say, this is going to be our season. We're going to be good. We're going to be good. And this year, finally, they proved me right. Even my son said, Mom, you say that every year, but this year we're finally good. So I think this is our year. We've never had a better team on the ice. I'm not going to say the C word, because I don't want to jinx it, but we really have a good shot of going all the way. And I'm very, very happy about it, because I ain't any younger. I want to see a Stanley Cup before I die.
Yeah.
So
I just
Right?
want to say big shout out to
Right.
Karen for being one of the few that actually believed in Bobrovsky.
yes,
Who?
I
right?
don't even know
Who?
if it's you. It
What?
might be one or one.
Are you trying to say some of us had something to say about Bob? What?
What? Close your
What?
legs, Bob.
Damn
Who's
it.
Bob? You
Who's
mean
Bob?
Podolsky?
For Golsky.
All right.
For that. Every time I see it, I just want to slap him.
You're not the only one.
Yeah, but
All
he's
right,
not-
Timmy.
Good bit.
Timmy, you're next.
Oh man. Shoot, I've been a fan since probably 2014. Randomly, I mean, my first hockey game was 2009, but I didn't understand. I was just there because my dad invited me. I tell this story to people. I think I told you before, Jaws. It's like the funniest story that always makes me laugh. It's the first hockey game I ever went to. I was a kid. I was like 17, and everyone's like, all the adults were just in the suites because we had the suites. I went with my dad, and they were all just drinking, hanging out, like just being adults. And I went with my best friend, and we were like, well, we can't, do any of this. We can like eat, but that's just eating. Like there's a hockey game. And I remember the first game was beat Tampa 6-0. It was a home opener in 2009. I remember just sitting there watching, and every time David Booth got the puck, they just kept booing, and I had no clue why. I was like, me and my best friend, we were like laughing. We're like, why are they booing this guy? I think he scored 2 goals. He scored 2 goals, and I'm like, why do they keep booing him? I was like, we're winning like 4. It was like 4-0 at the time. I was like, I just didn't understand hockey. I've got a phone call. Let me end
Timmy has
this.
technical difficulties.
No, I have. I'm getting a phone call.
I see. Okay. And Timmy's gone. All right. Timmy will come back, I'm sure. Well, let's go to Jack.
Well, I'm spent my first 36 years in New York crying over the Rangers not winning anything. And then in 94, they won the cup. And sort of like what Karen said, who I also reference as my hockey wife, sort of like what Karen said in 94, when the Rangers won the cup, there was a sign famously saying, "Now I can die in peace." Well, it's starting to get close to that here. So we moved down in 95, and immediately I got season tickets because I bleed hockey, and I raised my son Michael at the arena, going to the games. And those are some very tough years, some very lean years. The early 2000s. 2012 was the first time we had something to be proud of. I did many walks of shame, as Karen referenced, with some OGs like Carl, who wears the Cat fan shirt. People that there used to be a pilot that used to go to the game all the time. I was some OGs. In 2012, we had a little dignity until Game 7. But in any event, we've been sticking with it. Like I said, 26 years as a season ticket holder. Raised my kids at the arena. And as far as this year, I would call success for the playoffs for this year to get to the ECF finals.
Okay.
I think if we lose the first round, as amazing as every game will be, and I argued this on Twitter today, it's a failure.
Yeah.
There are 16 teams that make the playoffs, so to be one of them is an accomplishment, but nothing to dance on. Although going to these games this year, I did get value for going, so that was great. But in my book, as far as what I'm looking for this year, is to get to the ECF finals. And of course I want to win this is Karen's word, the C word, not mine. Timmy, calm down. Not my words. I know what's going through Timmy's mind.
I knew it was going there.
Yeah. So that would be my success. I am excited. I found out today that my son Michael is returning a lifetime of me taking him to the hockey games. He lives in DC, so I will be going up for Game 4 and sitting with him in Game 4. He's got the first round ticket. So, but generally saying that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for them to get the ECF finals, and I absolutely think we will do that. I think we'll get through the Caps. I think then the next round, I think we're going to play Toronto. I think Toronto will beat Tampa, and I think we will beat Toronto in 7. I think we'll beat the Caps in 5, and the ECF finals. I mean, you know, if I'm in Vegas, I'm betting the Rangers to be our opponent, but who knows? But that's as far as I'll go with predicting, and I would be a happy Panthers season ticket holder if we reached that, and I would consider the season a success.
Okay. All right. Timmy, did you want
in
to
that
finish?
regard. And in one last sentence,
Oh, hold on.
just the last sentence. As
Yeah.
far as what gets us there, it's all about Bob. That's all I can say. When anyone asks how are we going to do, it's all about Bob.
Yep.
Not wrong.
Shut
Yeah, I
up,
was screwed.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Timmy.
Shoot, man. After that story, I mean, maybe I'm just indifferent. I don't know. I mean, I just feel like the Eastern Conference Finals sounds nice, but I just want more. I mean, how can you not want more? I've been saying it for a while that I still feel like if Aaron Ekblad was healthy last year, we were going to win the cup. I think we got through Tampa.
Right.
Like, I've been riding that for a long time.
Right.
So, I mean, I think the players even have that mindset. I think they even kind of saw that. And Jack's right about Bob. You know, I give him that. Bob is technically going to be the one that leads us, but hey, you know what? I kind of like that Bob. Something happens with Bob. We got Spencer Knight. Spencer Knight's been nice. I mean, that AHL stint really helped him. It's got like 10-2, 10-3, something like that. 2 shutouts, you know. But yeah, I mean, I'm so indifferent on the first round. Not for Florida. I think Florida mops the floor with the Capitals. On the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Leafs, because I hate both. I fight both their fan bases. And and I know, and it's like, can both teams lose? Like, is there a sense where, like, just both teams just
Listen,
lose?
Timmy, you know the rule. I come off a private for the playoffs. Don't get me fucking suspended, please.
There goes one F-bomb. We only got 2 more left.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. No, I think YouTube views it differently if a woman says it. Actually, I think there's different rules.
All right.
And dibs on one of the remaining F-bombs.
Right. Yeah, Jeff's already called it.
Yeah, just overall, I mean, I think I'll say I want a Stanley Cup, man. I want the Avalanche, because and the reason why I say this is because I just feel like everyone that I see on hockey Twitter, not necessarily like just general hockey Twitter, everyone keeps having like the Leafs over the Panthers, which I just can't fathom why. Whatever, beyond me.
Austin
And everyone
Matthews.
saying, right, but who cares? Like,
You know,
that's fine. That's fine. I'll take one-legged Barkov over Austin Matthews. Don't matter to me.
amen to that.
And I just want the Avalanche because, like, I just want to feel like, hey, every excuse that people keep coming up with for Florida, if the Panthers beat the Avalanche, whatever, it doesn't matter how many games, I just, like, nothing else can be said. There's no excuse for anyone to say anymore.
Right.
Like, after your overtime games, the Panthers just win in overtime. Like, you can't use that anymore. The Panthers had an easy schedule because they're in the East. Can't use that anymore. Like, that's what I want. I want it to be, okay, we're going to beat the Caps. We're going to beat whoever win the Tampa, or, you know, Toronto, a team that people think will lose in the second round, beat them. And then that's what I want.
All right. Outstanding. Elena, your turn.
All right. So my first Panthers game I went to was April 10th, 2015. We played the Lightning. I couldn't even tell you who won. I don't remember. All I remember is my friend telling me, and you guys all chuckle at this. You need to watch number 44. That dude loves to fight. who was, of course, Eric and Branson at the time. And I was like, okay. Little did I know I was about to fall in love with, I'm sure it'll surprise you all, Sean Thornton, the greatest
Really?
Panther of all time. You know,
Yager.
just say that. Yager who? But this is when Yager, Barkov, and Huberto was our first line, and we had the most. We thought we were going to win it that year. You
Yeah.
know, that was our run. Little did I know that a couple months later, my two best friends were going to leave me alone, you know, in the hospital. I won't name any names, to watch us get eliminated from the playoffs in a heartbreaking fashion. And ever since then, you know, we've built teams, and it's always felt like this team could really do something for us to just come shy. And this year, again, I'm going to keep the trend and I'm not going to say it, but we have a very capable team that could run the distance. Give me Tampa, give me Toronto. I don't care who. I think we could take them when you look at it, you know, line to
Yeah.
line, player to player. Although I do think the power play still scares the hell out of me, because I always, when we get a power play, I'll always say, can we just decline it? Can we just decline it?
Right.
Forget it. Let them have the penalty. Because they're going to get a shorty for 30 and not in a good way.
They won't run 5 forward with Ekblad back. I will tell you that they won't do it anymore.
Right. Yeah.
If they do the 5 offensemen
Ah,
in the playoffs, that's coaching malpractice. That will
I
They
agree.
won't.
Yeah.
Not with Ekblad. I don't think they will.
Yeah, I agree.
hope-
Ekblad will be on the top of the umbrella, and he's got a great point shot. And I don't think they'll do that. But I will be in tears if they try something like that.
It was a
What-
good experiment though to try. You know,
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's
It almost worked a couple times.
it was
Yeah.
a good time to try it out.
which,
But-
by the
Didn't
way,
work.
Ekblad was at practice with Uyghur on the top line today. So that's good news. All right. The Jeff Carter.
Hi. What's
Hi.
up? I'll say I became a Panthers fan when they came into existence. I was 10 years old. And unfortunately, I only got to watch until about 97, because then I moved to the middle of fucking nowhere. There's my F-bomb.
There's two.
And then I moved to Raleigh, and all they ever talked about was they had just gotten the hurricanes by then. So
Right.
there was the what I call the dark ages, where I never saw Bure play. I didn't get to see much of Luongo at all. So I couldn't get back into it until like the internet caught up, and then I could watch everything from there. But I've honestly probably been to more Panthers games in Tampa than I have in Sunrise, just because I love to go over there and start trouble. As far as my prediction goes, like my brain tells me that it's going to be Florida versus Calgary in the finals, but my abused and destroyed and dismembered Florida Panthers heart says we're going to go out in like 6 games in the first round.
Oh, jeez. I can see
And-
Jack just jumping off that ledge, right?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
turn-
Oh yeah, I will. Yeah.
Panthers in
Panther
4
fan-
if we can control Tom
Yeah.
Wilson.
Panther fan
And-
jumps off balcony 10 floors. Film at 11.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a similar
I-
headline to that already.
Do with a
isn't there?
GoPro and blame them on the way down. Is this your fault?
Is it your
Yeah.
fault, Barkov?
It's all your
You made me
fault.
do
It's all
this.
your fault. Yeah. I agree
Hold on,
with
we
Jeff,
need this
by-
live streamed on the Flying Fluffy channel, please.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
By the way, I agree
so-
with Jeff. I think it'll be Calgary, not Colorado, in the finals.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
how ironic would it be us facing Markstrom?
Yeah. No, wouldn't that? Yeah, I know, right?
And if we do go out in the first round, if there's a God, he won't let that happen to us again.
Again.
But we need to raise that banner like in the men's toilet. Like, don't even the president's banner can go over
Yeah.
one of the shitters. Hey, I got 2 of them. And there's just no point at all in raising that. That's just going to be an embarrassment.
Yeah.
That'll be the biggest failure of the failure.
We don't want to be like a certain other franchise, you mean, that raises every banner?
Nashville.
Well, the Kraken's banner this year
Kraken.
is gonna be we beat the Panthers twice. That's the Kraken.
They're undefeated against the best team in the league.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, everybody knows who I am. I always say I threw rats at the Miami arena, and my first dog's name was Beezer. And I watched Yui Krupp score, and I watched us lose to the Devils on the same couch And as far as predictions are concerned, I want to say I want to win it all. I don't like the idea of playing Colorado or Calgary, to be honest with you. For me, my line is as long as whoever wins out of Toronto and Tampa, as long as we beat them and we're not eliminated by Toronto and Tampa, I can live with that. And it's hard for me to say that, but to me, getting eliminated by Toronto or Tampa would be just as bad as losing in the first round, because the insufferability of the offseason from those teams, fans, would just be, I would just rather not have to live like that.
We all be on Twitter.
Oh my God! If we do beat Toronto in round 2, I want to hear the loudest chants of 1967 ever. 20,000 people chanting 1967. That would be.
I hope they score 19 goals and we score 67.
Yeah.
You know, on a win-lose standpoint, I'll say I would love to have Toronto over Tampa, but as a Panthers
you know you're
fan,
never
I
gonna
want
beat.
Tampa. I want to stick it to those turds so bad.
No, I know. I just get concerned about how rough and tough. Like somebody commented on the video, the recap with the last Panther Lightning game, and his comment was, "I sure do enjoy watching the Panthers and Lightning beat the crap out of each other. Signed, sincerely, all Ranger fans."
Yeah.
And so it's just like everybody wants Florida. Everybody in the Metro wants Florida Tampa, because whoever's coming out of that series is going to be beat the hell up and bad. You know,
The way I usually look at the playoffs, who I want to face the team with the weakest goalie, and Valseski is not the weakest goalie. So, between Toronto and Tampa, if we're just looking for who I want to face for the greatest probability of winning, every playoff round I'm looking for who is the weakest goalie we can face.
right.
And that would be Toronto's goalie over Tampa's goalie, because we've all seen over the years a hot goalie. We saw what Bob did to Tampa years ago. I mean, I'm sorry? Yes.
Thomas
Excellent.
Price.
That name
Oh.
is banned.
You had to say that. If that ends the
Yeah, we
video,
don't talk
I'm,
about
I'm
him,
no longer
Jesus.
recording. That's it.
God.
You had to say that.
You gotta say that
Ah,
name.
Man.
It's a great example.
son of a bitch.
Listen, I would rather have a star goalie than a backup goalie, because the backup goalies are the ones we seem to have the most trouble with.
That's true.
We have Vassey's number. I don't
Yeah.
mind facing Tampa.
I don't
We
mind
throw
him either.
4 goals. I think Vassey goes to sleep and he holds on to like the Thunderbug, freaking little bear or something, where the hell that thing is, whenever he plays us.
Yeah,
I
just
hope you're right, Timmy. I hope you're right.
I mean, outside of the elimination games, I mean, he got shutouts, 3 straight shutouts, but I mean, we literally shit on Tampa. Whenever we play Vasilevsky, we drop 4 goals. It's really just how Bob does in that. Vasilevsky doesn't scare me.
No, and that's
That
the
just
key.
silky.
That's what Billy said actually today in the video, was that's the key is Bob. And just like Jack said, the key is Bob. And
Yeah.
so Karen, since you're the original Bob fan,
it'll be your fault.
how give it to us. Give it to us
It's
now.
all
Now
your
now is your moment. Let's
That's fine.
lay it out for us.
Yeah, well, I hope it's Bob's moment, actually. I think he's got it. I really do. I think he's dialed in. I think the baby thing had a lot to do with the last couple of years. Now he's got the baby, he's got the family. Goalies are just so notoriously in their heads. And I think his head is in the right place. I think he wants this too. And I honest to God think that we can count on him. I really do.
Okay.
I do. I think his Vezina DNA is going to show up for the playoffs.
You're saying he pulled his head out of the place it used to be.
Oh boy.
Pardon me?
You don't want to hear what he said.
Good. I'm glad
She's gonna be rewatching though, Jeff. She's coming for you. She's gonna hear what you said.
That's a problem
I
for
don't know how I
future,
feel
Jeff.
personally about the second line D. Yeah, that's just my opinion. I mean, I just Forza and Gudis, I just not a fan of. I'd love to go
I-
Forsling Montour if it was up to me.
I
feel
like
they-
Forsling. I like Forsling Uyghur, Timmy. What do you think of that?
That'd be nice. I mean, totally on board. They might switch it up and throw Sherrod up there with Ekblad eventually. And they
Hold
just
on,
might be having it the way they are now because Ekblad and Uyghur already have the chemistry. So, like, you don't want to necessarily throw two deep pairs out in the playoffs and be like, okay,
No.
figure it out.
Well, I will say, and
they
I'll
did
get
play
shit from all of you. We need a Gudis on our team for the playoffs.
Yeah.
We need
Yeah,
a
we're going
Thordy. I
against
mean,
Tom
I'm still
Wilson.
for giving Thordy a fucking, playoff contract. But anyways,
Yeah.
We do
today's-
have guys this year that doesn't back. I'm sorry, I stepped on you.
No,
I
it's okay. It's
apologize.
just today's
just-
defensive pairs: Uyghur, Ekblad, Forsling, Gludis, and Sherrod Montour, which makes no sense to me. It should be Forsling with Montour.
I think go Forsling Montour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as Forsling got with Montour, he scored like 8 goals in 10 games
Montour
or
was
something.
going in.
Yeah, yeah. So
I get it. I get it in the aspect of like, you Forsling Gudis has been what it's been all year. But I think at some point they're gonna throw Sherrod up there, go Forsling Uyghur, and then go Gudis Montour. I think it's what's gonna end up happening.
You
It seems
gotta,
like there's a blender somewhere. It seems like there keeps just being these blenders that keep happening.
right.
you gotta remember though that Sherrod is still to the team too. So
Yeah,
there's
he's
still
learning.
that chemistry stuff. So I'm not opposed to the mixing and matching because they all have to. Something's going to happen at some point in the playoffs where somebody's going to get hurt or he's going to get thrown out of the game, and the line blender has to come out. So might as well try before that.
I don't mind my personal opinion. Uyghur's been like, I wouldn't say mediocre, but he's been an average D man. Whenever Ekblad was out, just been average.
Boy.
So maybe I'm all for Ekblad with Uyghur because then Uyghur finally looks good. I don't know what happens, but every time Ekblad's out, just Uyghur just
Yep.
looks like freaking D'Angelo in Carolina. I mean, every time. I don't know what
Right.
happened.
Maybe it's a soupy Ekblad situation from a couple years ago.
I just so I understand it's just really the bottom two pairs. It's just what are you going to like? Because I'm on board with what Jack said. I think Montour deserves that second line. I just
Mhm.
he's been playing great defense. The offense is there. And I don't know. I mean, people, everyone's like, well, those goals aren't going to happen in the playoffs. You're not going to score 6, 7, 8 goals. It's like, why? Says who?
Right.
What?
Right.
Like says freaking who?
It's one of those classic hold my beer things.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that the Panthers are going to put up some good numbers.
I don't understand why people get so caught up in like the Leafs haven't won since X year. The Panthers haven't done since X year. They haven't won the first round. What does that have to do with right now? It is 2022. What happened literally last year doesn't matter anymore. Doesn't matter. I don't care.
Panthers never won a President's Trophy before now either, but it happened.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think the scoring limitation comes down to the fact that you're not playing with the 16 best teams, so you have the better defensemen on each team. I think our huge advantage is that they're going to try to neutralize Barkov and Huberdeau, but that's where we get an advantage because we have guys like Bennett, two second round pick Bennett, and other. What do we have? 5 30-goal scorers.
Yeah.
So they can take their
One's on
top
the third
pair and
line.
put them
The
against
highest
Huberdeau and
paid
Barkov. But
Panther,
we have
Reinhardt.
other guys that are gonna.
You know what?
Yeah, Buffalo
I hope
Reinhardt,
they
yeah.
underestimate us. I really hope that they do.
Please do. Yeah.
I'm still on them.
I realized that there's somebody was saying earlier, we need a guy like Gudis for the playoff run. If we do play Calgary, Markstrom's not the only former Panther we're playing.
Oh yes. Oh
No,
yes.
Goods is on that team.
Yeah.
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 Who is?
Goodbranson and
Goodbranson.
Gudis. I want to see that fight in the finals.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Because Gudis doesn't care, even though he's given
No.
away height and reach.
Well,
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm all for just sticking Longberg on someone too. I mean, shit, he could take a game or two. It's not that big of a
see,
problem.
for me, I don't even. I've already put the tweet out there. I'm right now Team Mammon over Lomberg. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, I'm with you on that.
I am Team Mammon over Lomberg.
But again,
right
it
We
being
have-
me, we need, like I said, that Gudis Lomberg kind of goes hand in hand with that. You want to put him in sometimes in some hairy situations.
Yeah.
And you know
it's-
what? Hornquist is a tough guy. We have
Right.
team toughness. And for
Listen.
folks that go back to the days that Karen will remember, and I think you guys remember, where Booth gets laid out and the other two forwards, Horton and Weiss, stood there and did nothing after he got live. That was my low of 25 years as a Panther fan. And this team, be it Lomborg or Gudis or Hornquist or
Bennett.
Yeah, Bennett.
Marchman.
Wow.
Yeah.
They will not be
Achari one punched that guy the other night. That was-
Yeah.
You know what? That's the
Mario-
positive about this team too. Everyone will stick up for each other. If something happens, someone's going to be grabbing someone. Period.
Well,
And
we
Barkov
learned
grabbed
that-
someone the other day. When does that happen?
Right.
We learned that last year. I think Panther fans learned that the moment Bennett, what was that, his first game where he got in a fight? Where there's a first check game as a Panther where he so Duke got hit in the boards and Bennett just immediately got in a fight, and Panther fans were like, okay, this team is definitely different. Like the atmosphere was just different.
Yeah.
Love
yeah.
Bennett. Just absolutely love that type of player who can score a goal and drop gloves at the same time. Tenacious. He's that's the epitome of my kind of player.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Now, the player that Stu has been concerned about a lot is Tom Wilson, and
Right.
to your guy's point about Lomberg and Gudis and whatnot, somebody's got to preemptively make sure he doesn't try taking any runs at our players, because once he's hurt the guy, it's too late.
Oh, I could see him taking a run at Barkov.
He's gonna
Easy.
be going after our top guys. He plays with
Yeah.
Ovechkin, right? He plays on Ovi's line.
Yeah, he
They're
does.
only allowed to
Maybe.
fight 3 times, so just have somebody fight him 3 times in the first period, and then he's gone.
He's gone.
Who do
Got a
we got that we
17.
can bring up that's just going to be absolutely, useless the rest of the game? We'll go with
We'll let
Bring up
Terry
Saron
Limbo go out
Noel.
there.
Or let 3 different players fight him. That's still 3 fights for Tom Wilson.
Yeah,
That's a
saying.
good point.
Yeah, it's a good point.
If Lomborg takes Wilson, and I love Lomborg, I wear his jersey. But if Lomborg takes out Wilson and Lomborg, gone for a suspension, that's a price willing to pay. 'cause
It's
that will
okay.
leave
Enjoy
Wilson-
enjoy the
yeah.
vacation, Lomberg. Your name will still get on the
Yeah.
cup.
right.
We'll see you next
I'm-
round. It's
I-
okay.
I'm there. I'm on board for that.
Yep. And the other thing is we don't even know Ovechkin's health right now. And when we got towards the end of the season, I was teeter and tottering whether I wanted Washington or Pittsburgh, and it was close either way. As much as I like Ovechkin, if he's out, I mean, Stu and I were talking
He
about
did
it off
practice
cam.
today.
Did
Yeah.
he practice
Yeah,
today?
he did. He did.
All right.
I kind
all
of
right,
feel like he's out there more as a decoy because they know we're going to focus on him. So
right.
even if he
100%.
can't
Oh,
play,
you
he's
leave him alone in his circle though. He's scoring.
Ovechkin.
I don't care who's in that, he's scoring.
I think he has the most goals of his career against Florida. I believe so.
Yeah.
But you
He
guys
was
all
the
just
most-
brought you guys just all brought a great point, not unsimilar to Tampa. We have to stay out of the box with stupid penalties because
Yep.
that's where Ovechkin, sitting at the top left circle,
Yep.
shines. And
Yeah.
And it's inevitable.
it-
Someone will leave him alone there.
Mhm.
Yeah, we see it all the time.
on the PK, can we just have like 3 defensemen and 2 goalies or something like that?
That's actually a
Great.
strategy. 2 goalies. Can you do that?
Everyone
Yeah,
just
it's
stand in
probably
front of the
not
net.
legal, but if it is, I'm taking credit.
Can we just have 2 goalies and leave everyone else out? Can we make a bargain?
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised. How when they have like the soccer free, what do they call it? Is they call it a free kick or a penalty shot in soccer? I don't know what it's
It's
called.
called commie round ball.
But what?
I think it's a penalty.
What?
kick. I don't know what the
Commie
hell he
round
just
ball.
said.
It's not soccer.
All I know is I see them where they make 2 lines, or they make like a rainbow type of thing to stop the
And
block
they
the
all
shot.
cover their junk so that they don't get hit in the
Yeah. I've seen that.
Just
Oh,
wear
sorry.
Like, I don't care if I get hit in the face. Just
Yeah,
in the balls.
leave my boys alone.
yeah. No, I actually agree with that sentiment. But
I would
Jeff, are you coming for any of the games?
only if we get to round 2. Moving when I just moved, it wiped me out. I spent like $3,000 moving to this place. So
I would not invest in round 1. I totally get it from your
Yeah.
standpoint. On a budget, I would just let round 1 happen. If we win, we're supposed to. If we lose, you wouldn't want to be there anyway.
right. Yeah.
There's
That's
nothing more gut wrenching than that. Oh man, you just made me remember. Oh, that playoff loss. That is the last game. Just I know we all know that feeling. That's the worst feeling in the world.
Which one?
Yes.
which
Yes.
one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All.
Well,
all of the above.
2012 was at home, Game 7, when what's his name scored from Jersey in the overtime.
Yeah.
don't
yeah.
talk
Did we get eliminated in overtime? That was the only Am I misremembering any other?
We
That was
lost,
double over.
hard.
That was
When
double
Trocheck
over.
was tripped.
Oh my god.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Islanders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that an elimination game at home?
I think they both.
No,
in
that
New
was
York.
away.
That was
Yeah,
in New
those
York.
away.
That was in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't remember.
Yeah.
I remember 2012, and I remember only a few fans stayed to cheer our team after we were eliminated, which is a kind of the right thing to do. But no, everyone kind of was just so pissed they ran out of the arena, which I understand.
Throw tears
Yeah.
instead of rats.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Loud
see,
water balloons,
after a big loss
tears.
like that, I have to leave the arena, or I'm not throwing tears or rats. I'm throwing hands. So if I don't get the heck out of there,
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds
Good
me of
point.
walking out of the Orange Bowl when I was a kid, and the Dolphins would have probably just beaten the crap out of the Jets. And you could there was three things you could count on in the 80s going to the Orange Bowl, the Jets game. The Dolphins would beat the Jets. Some girl would take up her top and get kicked out, and so, as they would stop selling beer after the third quarter, so the guys would go and load up with beers with like 2 minutes left in the third quarter, and then by the middle of the fourth quarter, fights. Just you'd see
Yep.
them one over there, one over there, one over there, and then everybody had to walk home. It wasn't like the parking lot like at JRS. Right? That's what I call it anyway. A lot of us parked on 8th
It's
Street, and it
JRS.
was you were walking miles back to your car, and you'd see guys that had gotten into fights, and then they would just be singing and dancing with each other. It was nothing like
Because
that.
fighting
atmosphere.
is fun, dude.
I didn't
Yeah.
have to fight. I didn't. My first day of high school, I got
It's
into.
Jack's my lawyer.
Yeah, right. No, my first day of high school. Long story short, some kid thought it was funny to pull the chair out from behind me.
It was.
and
funny.
it was, and the whole class laughed. So I said, "You, me after class or after school." So I closed my eyes and I swung, and that's all I did. I just closed my eyes and swung, and lucky me, I hit him and I broke his nose. And from that day on, nobody messed with me, and I would have probably got my ass whooped most of the time. I wasn't a big guy, but it just takes that one moment, you know what I mean? And so I didn't have to do a lot of fighting in high school, luckily, because I was the biggest kid in my middle school class, and then I just stopped growing. That was it.
Well, I didn't have to get a lot of fights.
Yeah, well,
Just kind of happened.
Thordy would be proud of you guys.
yeah. All right. So we all know we can't stomach the thought of a loss of the first round.
I can.
That can't happen. And
Or the second round or the third round, just saying.
I think the further we get, the more it's gonna hurt. If
Well-
the unthinkable happens,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
gonna
and-
just hurt worse.
The only team that scares me in the East is the Rangers. That's it. It's the only team.
yeah, that's
Okay, it's not the Rangers. Let's be clear. It's Chesterkin.
It's for me, it's
Before-
just Durkin, and don't leave out the
It's Durkin.
Gallant and Vetrano angle. That has screwed up story just written all over it, where the coach
Toronto's
at
been
the
going in
corner-
over. He's
What's
been-
that?
Vetrano's been great over there in New York. They love him.
Yeah. Look, he's a good player. I think Vetrano reminds me of Trocheck a little bit, in that he needs to be the guy or one of the guys. And he was that last year and got 18 goals. But this year,
They was able to play him. You're gonna play him over.
yeah, exactly.
That's the problem. No one didn't. I mean, I love Trocheck, but he didn't fit anymore. I understood trading him, and I was a big fan of his.
What
But
do you
it's
think
the same thing
about
with
this one?
Vetrano. There was no room for Vetrano either.
Where
I
would
like Vetrano a lot.
where would Trocheck even fit on this team?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Parking lot.
Parking
He's a
lot.
fourth line?
In the press box.
He's
Yeah.
used to making a bunch of money. Parking's $35. Put him out there.
Oh man, 35
There you go.
bucks.
And with
30.
Vitro, you can always count on him, as if we do play the Rangers, you can always count on him to take at least one stupid penalty every game.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
a dumb penalty, and you got to know when Vetrano's on the ice because he can't play defense for shit.
He's gonna take a dumb penalty, and then we're gonna give up a shorty.
Oh geez. No, because Karen says
awkward.
Bob's not going to do that this time. Right, Karen.
He's gonna not let up any goals, right? I'm just saying.
But
He's
no
gonna-
shorties.
Yeah,
These
he's
are the
gonna have
three things that
shutouts, don't
Bob's
worry.
not going to do. I got it clear of this with Karen. These are the three things Bob's not going to do.
Oh, yeah.
Shorthanded goals, breakaway goals with 2 minutes left in the period and the weak goal with 2 minutes left in the period that because he's just off his angle. Those three. That's all I want. That's it.
Yeah.
What about 4 goals? So he's
I
allowed
have
4
a
goals?
4.
No, he's not allowed more than 1 goal a period. That's it. None of this.
Okay.
I actually like that.
There's
With 1 goal period. I kind of like that because inevitably something stupid's going to go in, but
Right.
the breakaways, yeah, he's got to be.
I want to know what Jeff has to say about that.
I don't.
I would say 1 down, 3 to go, Bob.
There's a very easy, if you've ever played goaltending, yeah, and I played in high school, and my son Michael, until he switched over to golf in high school, played goal. There's a very easy tell with Bob to see whether he's confident and he's going to play good. The more hunched over he appears, the less confident he is.
Huh.
And there are times where he's very hunched over and they see it and they go top shelf on him. That means that he's not trying to look big, and that means he's not feeling confident. And watch for that tell during the playoffs. If he's standing tall.
That's like when my grandfather used to take us to the Greyhound races at Palm Beach, and he would wait to bet until he saw the dogs take a crap. And as soon as the dog took a crap, he's like, that one's going to be faster. We need to know if Bob's taking a crap.
Listen, I don't think we need to get a camera into the locker room's bathroom to see who's going to do well. Jeff.
You know, I'm
I don't
working this
know.
into a
That would do
puppet
well.
intro now.
Timmy, I think there's a different tone in the locker room. I'll leave that to you.
I know what goes on in that locker room.
Smells like bleach in there.
Smells like something in there.
I don't know. Good times.
Save us,
Yeah.
save us, save us.
Yeah. All right. So in closing, I want to get everybody's closing thoughts here.
Got it.
We win round 1. we get to round 2. Game 7, Tampa, Toronto. What are you going through? Where are you? What are you doing? What are you going through? Karen, you go first.
What the hell?
Oh, me first? Asshole.
Yeah.
Aaron first.
I am going to be a nervous wreck, regardless. Game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4, game 5, game 6, 7. It doesn't matter. I'm going to need drugs. Jack, can you help me out with that?
Darren, I will help you. I will be hugging you between each period. So
Jack, can we all have you on a retainer as well?
Did
Yes,
she say
yes.
hugs or drugs?
I heard drugs.
I heard drugs. All the
Both.
fucks and shits, and Karen just got the video demonetized
three.
with 1 sentence. No, it doesn't matter. As
No,
soon as you say
legal.
drugs, it's over.
She just asked for drugs. I
think
like
we're
that,
already
Karen.
on drugs.
But let's be fair,
Karen's
she
not
asked for
over
them
here
from a
that.
doctor. Technically, that's
a
kosher.
good point. Yeah, YouTube. He's a doctor. That's legal. We're talking legal drugs.
I never
Sorry,
meant
Karen.
otherwise. I'm going to be a wreck the whole time. I don't care. I don't care who we face. I don't care anything. I'm just going to be a nervous wreck.
Okay. All right. Jack.
So game 7, I will tell you, any game 7, but under the scenario you gave, I will be standing for most of the game. I will be giving the middle finger to anyone behind me that is yelling at me for standing, because playoff games, I stand a lot. And I love when fans do that.
Right.
I will be, of course, anxious, but I will be confident. I will remain confident in that matchup. I don't fear the matchup until the ECF. So I will be standing confident, but reserved and confident.
Okay. Timmy.
I am probably on the side. I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, I'd probably just be very anxious. I'd be like, oh, because I'd probably look what's around me, because I'd be like, I swear to God, I have to look for something like just grab onto so I don't throw something. But
Right.
and I don't know. I mean, it'd probably be a lot of F-bombs, a lot of everything, and I would just
demonetize the game.
Yeah, but I'd be confident too. I'd be like, we're built for this. It's in Florida. There's a reason why we're here. And I'd be ready to just shit talk and whatever, if it's Tampa or Toronto.
I can tell you though, right now, if we win, he's getting naked. I know that for a fact.
If we
I
win
know
the
that.
cup, I'm coming down to Las
Las
Olas,
Olas.
and I don't even know what I'm gonna have on. Either a Speedo, nothing. I'll even put a Speedo with Jaws handprint on the back.
I've
And
I've got a
I'm going to be filing a restraining order. Is what I'm going to be doing.
No, we have to have you on the retainer, okay?
Come on, coach. I just need one of
Because
them.
you know
baby.
he's gonna go to jail.
Timmy, years ago, and I still have them. I just found them.
The thong?
Dana, if you guys remember Dana, she sent me a pair of Florida Panther G-string panties
And
that I never
wore
quite got around to wearing, but they're still in the package. I'll send them to you if we win the cup.
I'll come
No,
down to
we need
Florida,
you
man.
in them.
Oh,
That's,
Jesus.
that's how you start your OnlyFans.
I think he should
I'm telling you.
I'm sorry for my OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's how you
both
start your
get 'em.
OnlyFans.
All right, Elena, what you doing game 7?
Game 7, I'm probably at home because I don't trust myself to go to the arena. Although I gotta be honest, as being a fan, I'm gonna be at the arena. It's probably not the best, but I'm gonna be clenching my hat is usually what I do, as Timmy can attest to. Wearing my lucky jersey that I felt lucky in throughout the playoffs and just sitting there clenching, pacing, just nervous. But if we win, I'll lose my mind. If we lose, what usually happens is I just go silent for a couple days and just weep. That's it. And that's
Yeah.
the worst. But I
Jeff?
think we win.
Nope.
I
You
really
think we win?
win.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with you there.
I do. I will say before Jeff goes, I will say that for that series you just mentioned, I think no matter who it is, I think it does go 7. I
Yeah.
will say.
Yeah.
I agree. I think round 2 goes 7 against either of those two opponents.
Yep.
I
I will-
totally
I will-
agree with you, Timmy.
And I think it's going to be the most gut wrenching thing we have to go through.
Yeah. All
But
right,
that's
Jeff.
what we all live for, guys, don't we?
Yeah.
Don't we
Uh-huh.
all live for those moments? So, cheers.
Right.
Well, here's what it boils down to. I'm not afraid of the President's Trophy. I'm not afraid of any team in the playoffs at all. I'm only afraid of the first round. Assuming we get past that, if it goes to game 7, hopefully against Toronto, I'm gonna be using about 10% of the seat because I'm gonna be just right at the edge. And I'm going to be looking at the game on the big TV. And I'm sure there's going to be a live stream of the crowd of people outside of Toronto because I want to see the audible gasp and throwing things and fire starting and the crying that's going to happen.
Florida doesn't even have
yes.
any fans.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't have any fans. How do they even keep ice cold down there? Well, refrigeration was invented, buddy.
Move the theme to Quebec.
Yeah. If they ain't won nothing since 1967, maybe they should move to Quebec.
Exactly. Well, for
That's
me, obviously I do the pregame. I'll be doing the recap in the middle of the game.
Godspeed.
Yeah. But that third period, the way the living room is set up is there's the couch, there's a recliner, and then there's the recliner. So I'll be on the edge of the couch, and Fluffy will be laying at my feet to the left, and Ellie will be on the couch to the right, and Matthias will be in that recliner, and Kyle will be in that recliner. And hopefully this time I can create a different memory because I've done that shit already multiple times and it ain't worked out so good so far. And I want nothing to do with the rant after that video. I know it can't be called 2 points, but no ranting. No ranting in these playoffs. I don't want nothing to do. I don't want it to have to happen at all. Because I got enough, I got enough bad memories of sitting on that couch at the edge of the couch and just shit again. I mean, it's just no more. No more.
You've just S-bombed yourself out.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Karen already
This
said
was
drugs.
your fault.
It was
Karen
legal.
already-
We've been
How many
over
F-bombs
that.
we got?
We've been keeping count.
Okay, wait, hold on. How many Panthers fans had Karen getting this video demonetized? I want to know.
Exactly.
That was not my bingo card.
What was the over/under on that?
Right.
I love how
Yeah, I
many
got it out of
girls
my
are just
system.
like, wait, did she say drugs?
I'm pretty sure she's out. We'll watch the
No,
replay. and I'm
okay, just
pretty
edit
sure
the
that's
video
what I
and
heard.
make it hugs.
Edit
Just
that
edit the
part
video.
out
Just make it
And
hugs.
just edit out the part where I started
Oh,
talking about COVID and
Nah,
Biden.
it's okay.
Karen,
I-
can you just say hugs real quick for the edit?
Hugs.
There we go. Edited.
Okay.
Perfect.
Bingo.
It still sounded like pugs, but close enough. Whatever. We'll just tell them the internet connection was bad.
I'm gonna have one more thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be quick here. I saw the thing that stupid Toronto guy. I forget which one. There's so many of them. And I just want to know your guys' take on the order the cup will go to, because I think we had like that banter where everyone was like, I think Barca will get it to this guy, this guy, this
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
I'm curious of what you guys think how that would go. If we did win
I
cup.
think it'll start with Barkov, and I would love for it to go to Thornton second. That would
Yeah.
be very, very cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it's Barkov first, and then he's going to hand it to his. He'll hand the cup to Huberto second, if not Thornton. That's my 2 cents.
That's true.
Yeah, I
That's
think
true.
it'd be Barkov.
I don't
We're
care.
talking about Barkov here. He may just let everybody else go first.
That
That's a
is,
good
you know
point.
what? That's a very
That's
good
true.
point.
That's a good
He,
point.
he
Yeah.
refuses to score empty netters. So
I
you're
think
right.
that's
Well,
a
let
little
me
more
tell you
exciting.
something.
Come here.
If he
Oh, you broke
Oh,
Jack.
Jack just got broken. by
we
that.
broke
he
Jack.
doesn't pot an empty netter unselfishly, oh my God, you'll see me running on the ice, because you
Yeah.
cannot mess around in a playoff game. He
Oh,
better
we-
sink any empty netter
Wait a minute.
that
Are you
he sees, and not
Are
look
you
to pass.
insinuating, Jack? I have to stop you. Are you insinuating that if we have an opportunity to get an empty net in a playoff game and don't, it could come back to haunt us?
No,
Is that
never
what-
happened.
Is that what you're
Just
trying to
doing a
say?
search on
Please
that
stop.
I don't think Barkov makes
Can we
that
kick him out of
decision.
his own video?
Where's the mute button?
It's hovering over my picture.
Well, he said Thomas Grice. I mean, come on.
All right.
That's exactly how I expect
Right.
it. Oh,
Yeah. All right, guys. This was fun. I appreciate you guys coming out and doing this. Well, let's try to do this after round one as we're getting ready for round two, because we're all going to need the therapy at that point. Because
Good luck.
Thanks,
A lot of editing
thanks
to
for
do.
having us. Thanks for
No,
lining
this was
up,
great.
and
I
thanks for
really
having us.
appreciate it. And yeah,
You got my address.
we'll-
Checks the mail, right?
yeah. No worries, brother. No worries. I'll hold it. You just tell me when I can put it in.
And
All
don't
right,
worry, Karen, I will have.
That's what she
hugs
said.
for you.
All right.
Well done, Elaine.
I know I can count on you, Jack.
Wait, do I get one last F bomb? Is that allowed?
Well, what the?
No.
I'm not even monetizing this. It's not worth it.
Yeah, fuck it. It's not going to happen.
What am
now.
I going to do? I'm going to lose
Oh, what
75
the
cents,
fuck?
you know? I mean,
I'll
all right,
watch it
guys.
twice
See
for
ya.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Thanks,
Bye,
guys.
See you
Bye.
at the